Hey, what's going on, guys? Young Lee Jr. here. So, Beto Rourke, man, U.S. House of Representatives for the state of Texas since 2013 and 2019, and he's been running for the governor of Texas in the Democratic Party right now. And Governor Greg Abbott right now of Texas, he had a press conference. Talk about the Uvalde situation and what he's going to do to actually eliminate these mass shootings and moving forward. And he's sending his prayers and condolences, like what a governor should do. It's an hour long. It was on News Nation, and I watched probably like 2 minutes of it. No, I'm sorry. I say about 15, 20 minutes of it before Beto O'Rourke, he ended up interrupting him. And he had a lieutenant governor there, of Texas. He was there, Dan Patrick. Then it was many other individuals, but high ranking individuals like Don McLaughlin, who is actually the mayor of Uvalde, and he called him a son of a bee. Now Beto O'Rourke, man, he's a very standout guy. I mean, he was very outspoken on this one, and he was very angry, and I think he should have every right to, because he was thinking like, listen, man, with the state of Texas, since he's been, the governor, 5 years, right? He said, it's been shootings in Santa Fe High School, Sutherland Springs, Midland, Odessa, El Paso, Texas, which is his hometown, 23, and there's 23 people was killed. And he was stating that he talked about evil, but what's really evil is that he's doing nothing. He only made it easier for people. According to his words, he made it easier for people to access the guns and no background checks in the state of Texas. And therefore, that's why these mass shootings are definitely going up, because it's making it very easier for these criminals to go ahead and have access to these guns. And I understand that too. Some YouTubers were stating that they have a black market. Yeah, people have access to everything. If you're a criminal, you're gonna find a way to bend the law. But the thing is too with him, man. I know he's running for the governor, and some people think that there was a bad taste on this, but I think too. I mean, if you gotta stand up for something, like Malcolm X said, you stand up for nothing, you fall for anything. And at the same time, man, we are really sick and tired of hearing our children and the generation perishing due to evil wickedness. He was saying that, stating that too, man. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna have a hell of a convention in an NRA convention meeting this Friday at Houston, Texas. And what you're gonna do? You're not gonna ban assault rifles. You're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna you're pretty much doing a disservice standing up for the people in Texas. And that's pretty much what his argument was. And I really believe that Beto O'Rourke, man. I mean, you got to think about the demographic of voters too. There's a lot of young people right now. Some people in the boomer generation are still alive, but I feel like majority, a lot of young people are getting a lot of influence, and they have a different mindset. So he may get the vote. He may, win for this election. But it's gonna be really interesting, man. It's really tying the ties here. I don't know what's gonna be the solution. Honestly, like I said, my standpoint and my views on this is like far as having guns. I do believe that right abiding citizens, that's what Second Amendment was written for, that we should be able to protect ourselves and arm ourselves, have home defense against these criminals, because I mean, we give all of our guns away, then next thing you know, we're not gonna have a defense. And some people believe like, this is all these mass shootings just a way to control our guns. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that far. I mean, you just really got people that's mental. And I think he brought up too when he was outside is that there are the mental facilities. He says only one major one in downtown Houston. Okay, I mean, we need more mental facilities. Like this state has pretty much one of the most mass shootings across the country, man. So it's really sad, man. So it was just a lot of frustration going on with Beto O'Rourke. I'm not gonna go in here and roast him. It's very competent individual. So we're gonna see what's going moving forward. And I think too he probably gonna use this in this Democratic debate too, as he's running for governor, using with his ad campaigns and his campaign manager, and he gonna talk about like, listen, we're gonna eliminate these gun mass shootings, and the best way to do this is we can have more mental facilities, more mental hospitals, do extensive background checks, not be lenient, about these background checks. Probably be similar to New York in 2013, implement the SAFE Act. If you have a history of violence, you would not have no access to no weapon at all. So I just wonder what's is he going to lead off on this. I don't think this is going to be a huge political stench on Beto O'Rourke. I think he did this for his heart and his passion, and he was just very angry because he wanted to challenge the other politicians that, hey, you need to stand up. You need to stand up and say, you should have said something, when there was shootings going on in El Paso. So all these shootings that's been going on recently, uh, Greg Abbott's been the governor of Texas. Now, Don McLaughlin, I'm going to get into him because he was on Good Morning America, right? He was on Good Morning America, and he was talking about, because he the mayor and stuff, and they was talking about the shootings and stuff with the solutions, and he was just saying like, hey, people want to talk about banning guns, do this, sanctions that, but he challenged the politicians. He was like, it's mental health is the number one issue, and to an extent I kind of agree too, but the thing is too, you got to really address the huge crowd. Like, everybody's not, even though it is a red state, but you got to think about it too. Everybody don't have the mindset like, hey, let me own a gun. Like, you gotta, people thinking it from their point of view, like, okay, I'm kind of fearful of just going going to a store or going to an educational institution. I might get gunned down, might be next. And this was Beto Rourke was advocating. He was like, listen, he was saying like, this is, if nothing's done, he's not gonna do anything since he's been in office. It's gonna continuously to happen. Mass shootings gonna continuously to grow exponentially. So we have to do something about this. And I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not saying the politicians in Texas don't care. I mean, I know care about their guns and things of that nature, though, but something has to give, man. I mean, I'm tired of reporting this. It's getting overwhelming and it's emotionally. But I just want to say my prayers to the family members, also to the law enforcement that was injured. The bravery for going ahead and taking out this gunman. But I just really felt like the outburst was a little interesting too, man. I was just listening to it. I was watching. I'm like, okay, Governor Greg Abbott, and he just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh shoot. So we'll see, man. This is gonna be interesting turn of elections for him, but we'll see, man. That's my thoughts on it. In my opinion, I know some people might not agree with it. People say Beto O'Rourke's a corrupt person. Some people might think Governor Greg Abbott is corrupt. I don't know, man. So I'm just reporting what's going on, what was said. But yeah, he really addressed like these shootings here, and pretty much since he's been in office, nothing has been going on, nothing has been done. So we have to see about that, man. But we're gonna continue to move forward. Like I said, my condolences to the family, and hopefully just America put an end to this, man. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. That's my thoughts on Beto O'Rourke's outburst during Greg Abbott's press conference. I'm out. Deuces.